As you get old, no matter how smart you are, don't spend money in these 7 forbidden zones. Growing older is a privilege not everyone gets to experience. With the wisdom of age comes the ability to reflect, make better decisions, and cherish what truly matters. But even the wisest among us can fall into traps when it comes to money. As a counselor who has spent decades listening to stories of life's struggles and triumphs, I often hear older adults talk about financial regrets, decisions they made that left them feeling burdened or taken advantage of. If you're in your golden years, your financial security is more important than ever. It's about safeguarding your peace of mind and ensuring that every dollar serves a meaningful purpose. Today, I want to share 7 areas where even the smartest people can lose money unnecessarily. Avoid these forbidden zones, and you'll set yourself up for a more peaceful and fulfilling chapter of life. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. Paying off debts for your children. As a parent, it's only natural to want to shield your children from pain, failure, or hardship. You spent years nurturing them, sacrificing your own comforts to ensure they had opportunities to thrive. So, when your adult child comes to you with a plea for help, burdened by debt, mistakes, or misfortune, your instinct may be to reach for your wallet no matter the cost. But here's the hard truth. Stepping in to pay off your child's debt often does more harm than good. It may feel like love in the moment, but in reality, it risks creating a cycle of dependence that neither you nor your child can afford. I once spoke with a retired father whose son struggled with gambling debt. The son came home one evening, his voice trembling with desperation, claiming that if his father didn't cover his losses, he'd lose everything. Out of love and fear for his son's safety, the father paid the $30,000 debt. Months later, the son returned with a similar story, and this time, the stakes were higher. The father, who had spent decades carefully saving for his retirement, drained a significant portion of his nest egg to help. In his words, "I thought I was saving him, but I ended up sinking myself." What many parents fail to see in these moments is that paying off a child's debt doesn't solve the root problem, it only delays the consequences. Without the weight of accountability, your child misses an opportunity to learn, grow, and take responsibility for their own decisions. Instead, they may come to see you not as a parent, but as a safety net, ready to catch them each time they fall. It's not easy to say no, especially when you see someone you love in pain. You may wrestle with guilt or worry about being perceived as uncaring, but real love isn't about enabling. It's about empowering. Sometimes that means letting your children face the repercussions of their actions so they can emerge stronger and wiser. If your child is struggling with debt, offer emotional support, guidance, and perhaps advice on managing finances. Help them connect with a financial counselor or resources that can provide the tools they need to rebuild. But set boundaries when it comes to your own money. A clear and compassionate conversation about your limitations can prevent future misunderstandings and protect your financial security. And if your child's debt stems from dangerous habits like gambling or reckless spending, it becomes even more crucial to let them face reality. Enabling destructive behavior only deepens the problem. Instead, encourage them to seek professional help and make it clear that while your love is unconditional, your financial assistance is not. It's worth remembering that your financial stability is not just about you. It's about ensuring that you remain self-reliant in your later years, so you never have to depend on your children or others for basic needs. The greatest gift you can give your children is not the money to fix their mistakes, but the example of a parent who values both love and self-respect, someone who teaches them to stand on their own feet. So the next time your child comes to you asking for help with their debts, pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, am I truly helping them, Or am I just postponing their lesson? Love sometimes means saying no, not because you don't care, but because you care deeply enough to let them grow. 2. Getting involved in gambling. There's something undeniably enticing about gambling: the bright lights of a casino, the thrill of placing a bet, or the convenience of online platforms promising quick riches. All of it can seem harmless, even exhilarating at first glance. After all, what's the harm in spending a little money for the chance to win big? But beneath the surface of this seemingly harmless pastime lies a trap that can ensnare even the most disciplined and intelligent among us. As we grow older, the stakes of gambling become much higher, not just financially, but emotionally. Retirement savings, which should provide peace and stability, can be quickly drained by the false promise of one more chance to win it all back. The financial loss, while devastating, is only part of the story. The emotional toll, the regret, the shame, the feeling of being out of control can leave scars far deeper than an empty bank account. I remember speaking with a man in his 70s who had been drawn into online gambling. What began as a way to pass the time during lonely evenings quickly spiraled into something he couldn't stop. It felt like a game, he admitted. I wasn't holding cash, it was just numbers on a screen. But before I knew it, those numbers added up to thousands of dollars, money I couldn't afford to lose. For many older adults, gambling is not just about the possibility of financial gain. It's often a response to something deeper. It might be boredom, loneliness, or a longing for the kind of excitement that life seems to offer less of as we age. The problem is that gambling doesn't fill these voids, it amplifies them. A single win might feel like a rush of validation, but for every win, there are countless losses. And each loss leaves you chasing that fleeting moment of victory, often at a cost you didn't anticipate. There's also the harsh reality that gambling is designed to make you lose. Casinos, betting platforms, and even the lottery operate on systems that ensure the house always wins. The occasional success story, a jackpot winner, or a lucky streak, creates the illusion that winning is possible. But these are exceptions, not the rule. For every winner, there are thousands of people who walk away with nothing but regret. What makes gambling particularly dangerous in our later years is that there's less time to recover from the financial impact. A middle aged person who loses their savings might still have decades to rebuild, but in retirement, your financial resources are finite. Every dollar lost to gambling is a dollar you can't use for medical care, a meaningful experience with loved ones, or simply the security of knowing your future is safe. If you've ever been tempted to gamble, or if it's something you already do, ask yourself why. Is it about the money, or is it something deeper? If it's about excitement, consider other ways to bring joy and adventure into your life. Join a club, travel to a new place, learn a new skill, anything that adds color to your days without risking your financial well being. If it's about loneliness, reach out to friends or family, or consider volunteering in your community. The connections you build will be far more fulfilling than any fleeting win. Above all, remember this: your worth is not measured by the size of your bank account or the risks you take. True wealth lies in the relationships you nurture, the experiences you cherish, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you've made wise choices. Gambling offers none of these things. It promises excitement but delivers emptiness. It tempts you with riches but often leaves you poorer in every sense of the word. So, as you navigate this stage of life, protect yourself from the allure of gambling. Recognize it for what it is: a distraction that can lead to heartache. Instead, invest your time, energy, and resources in pursuits that enrich your life, strengthen your connections, and bring you genuine happiness. Your time and money are precious. Spend them wisely and let them serve as a foundation for the peace and fulfillment you deserve. 3. Spending on luxuries you don't need. There's a certain allure to luxury, the sparkle of a diamond ring, the gleam of a high end car, or the prestige of owning the latest gadget. It can make us feel accomplished, admired, or even a little younger. After all, isn't life about enjoying the finer things? Haven't we earned the right to indulge after years of hard work and sacrifice? These questions often tempt us to spend, but it's worth asking ourselves, does this bring true happiness, or is it simply an expensive distraction? As we grow older, what we value begins to shift. In our younger years, luxury might have symbolized success or status, a way to show the world that we'd made it. But in later years, we realize that true wealth isn't found in objects, it's found in experiences, relationships, and a sense of peace. The joy of wearing an expensive watch fades quickly if it's only worn to impress others. The happiness of owning a luxury car diminishes if it becomes more about maintenance than enjoyment. I recall a conversation with a retired couple who had spent a significant portion of their savings on a lavish home renovation. They justified it by saying, "We want the house to reflect everything we've worked for." But once the initial excitement wore off, they found themselves burdened by the constant upkeep and regretful about the money they could have spent traveling to see their grandchildren or pursuing hobbies they loved. We realized too late, they admitted, that the house didn't make us happier, it just made us busier. The truth is, luxury often traps us into maintaining appearances rather than embracing simplicity. We might buy the latest smartphone or designer clothing, not because we truly need or even want them, but because we feel a subtle pressure to keep up. This pressure is often unspoken, but it's powerful, an invisible force urging us to spend more, own more, and do more. And yet, when we step back and ask ourselves what really matters, the answer rarely involves material things. What makes this stage of life so beautiful is the clarity it brings. We no longer need to prove ourselves to anyone. The chase for status and recognition begins to feel hollow, and we start to appreciate the richness of simple pleasures. A quiet morning with a cup of coffee, a heartfelt conversation with an old friend, or the laughter of grandchildren filling the room. These are the moments that define a life well lived, and they cost far less than any luxury item. This doesn't mean you shouldn't treat yourself. You've earned the right to enjoy your hard-earned money, but it's important to distinguish between spending on what truly enriches your life versus what merely adds clutter. A spontaneous trip to visit loved ones or a course that teaches you a new skill is an investment in your happiness, but a pricey gadget that sits unused or a piece of jewelry that rarely leaves the drawer, those are expenses that offer little in return. Living within your means doesn't mean living without joy. It means prioritizing the things that matter most and letting go of the rest. Instead of focusing on acquiring possessions, focus on creating memories. Instead of buying to impress others, spend to satisfy your heart, because at the end of the day, no one remembers the size of your home or the brand of your car. What they remember is the warmth of your presence, the kindness of your spirit, and the love you shared. So, before making your next purchase, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, will this truly make my life better, or is it just something to fill a momentary void? Am I spending out of joy, or am I spending out of habit? These questions can guide you toward decisions that align with your values and bring you closer to the life you want to live. The best luxuries are the ones that don't have a price tag: time, health, connection, and peace. Spend wisely, not just with your money, but with your energy and attention. Choose simplicity over extravagance, and you'll find that the most meaningful riches are the ones you already have. 4. Falling for unverified health services. As we age, our health becomes a priority like never before. Every ache, every unusual symptom, every doctor's visit reminds us of the fragility of our bodies and the gift of time. It's only natural to want to hold on to that gift for as long as possible, to seek out ways to feel stronger, more energized, and less burdened by the years. This vulnerability, however, has given rise to an industry that preys on our fears and hopes, an industry of unverified health services and miracle cures. I've spoken with individuals who spent thousands of dollars on treatments that promise to erase their pain, reverse their ailments, or even turn back the clock. One man in his 60s told me about an expensive supplement program he had signed up for after attending a health seminar. The presenter spoke passionately about a pill that could cleanse your blood and make you feel 10 years younger. The promise was irresistible. He paid for a year's supply, only to find no improvement in his condition. And worse, his finances significantly depleted. The truth is, the health industry is full of noise, especially for older adults. Advertisements touting cures for arthritis, memory loss, and heart disease flood our televisions, mailboxes, and internet browsers. These offers often come wrapped in persuasive language, testimonials from real people, and claims that seem too good to be true. And yet, in our desire for relief, we may overlook the warning signs. Unverified health services are dangerous for two reasons. First, they often fail to deliver on their promises, leaving you not only disappointed but also out of pocket. Second, and more critically, they can delay real medical care. By placing trust in an unproven treatment, you risk neglecting the advice of trusted healthcare professionals or missing the window for effective intervention. What makes this particularly heartbreaking is that these services often target those who are already struggling. Chronic pain, mobility issues, and cognitive decline are not just medical challenges. They're deeply personal battles that affect how we live and connect with the world. When someone offers a supposed solution, it can feel like a lifeline. But more often than not, it's a mirage, leaving you further away from the help you need. So, how can you protect yourself? The first step is to approach every health claim with a healthy dose of skepticism. Remember that if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. A treatment that claims to cure multiple unrelated ailments or promises instant results should immediately raise a red flag. Ask yourself, has this been recommended by my doctor? Is there scientific evidence to back this up? Has it been approved by reputable organizations like the FDA? When in doubt, consult your healthcare provider. They know your medical history, understand your unique needs, and can guide you toward treatments that are safe and effective. If you're interested in exploring alternative therapies, bring them up during your next appointment. A good doctor will discuss the pros and cons with you and may even recommend complementary options that align with your overall care plan. It's also important to avoid the trap of fear-based marketing. Many unverified health services thrive on urgency, pressuring you to act quickly with phrases like limited time offer or don't miss this opportunity. Remember, your health decisions should never be rushed. Take your time to research, ask questions, and seek second opinions if needed. Lastly, lean on your community. Share your concerns and ideas with family and friends, especially those who are knowledgeable about health or finances. They can provide perspective and help you evaluate whether a treatment is worth pursuing. Sometimes, simply talking through your worries can reveal solutions you hadn't considered. Your health is one of your most valuable assets, and every decision you make about it should reflect that value. Spending your hard-earned money on unproven treatments doesn't just risk your finances. It risks your trust, your well-being, and your peace of mind. Instead, focus on evidence-based care, preventive measures, and building a lifestyle that supports your physical and emotional health. There's no magic pill or miracle cure that can replace the basics: nourishing food, regular exercise, meaningful relationships, and quality medical care. These are the true foundations of a long and fulfilling life. So, The next time you're tempted by a flashy advertisement or a persuasive sales pitch, remember that your health deserves more than empty promises. It deserves the kind of care that's rooted in truth, trust, and respect for the incredible person you are. 5. Buying products online without research. Online shopping has revolutionized the way we buy goods. With just a few clicks, you can have anything from groceries to electronics delivered to your doorstep. For older adults, it offers the convenience of avoiding busy stores and the ability to find items that may not be available locally. But with this convenience comes significant risks, especially when purchases are made without thorough research. Scammers and fraudulent sellers thrive in the online marketplace, preying on trust and exploiting vulnerabilities. It starts innocently. A Facebook ad for a product claiming to ease arthritis pain, or an email offering a heavily discounted gadget. The promises are enticing, the price is often irresistible, but the results can be heartbreaking. Many older adults have shared stories of receiving counterfeit goods, damaged items, or nothing at all. The financial loss stings, but it's the betrayal of trust that leaves a deeper scar. The anonymity of online transactions can also make it harder to discern a legitimate business from a scam. Glitzy websites and fake reviews can paint a picture of credibility, but beneath the surface lies deception. The pressure to act quickly, limited time offers, or last items in stock pushes us to make decisions without considering the consequences. This urgency often leads to impulse purchases that we later regret. Before making an online purchase, pause and evaluate. Research the seller, read reviews from multiple sources, and verify the website's security. Stick to reputable platforms like Amazon, Walmart, or trusted local retailers. If a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. Your financial security and peace of mind are worth more than the temporary thrill of a discounted price. Most importantly, seek support if you're unsure. Whether it's a family member, a tech-savvy friend, or even a neighbor, having someone help you navigate the online shopping world can prevent costly mistakes. Online shopping is a tool, but it's one that must be wielded with care and informed judgment. 6. Co-signing or guaranteeing loans. Co-signing a loan may feel like a simple favor, especially when the request comes from someone you love. It seems harmless. Your signature helps them secure the loan they need, and they promise to handle the repayments. But the reality of co-signing is far more complex and fraught with risk, particularly in your retirement years. When you co-sign a loan, you're not just vouching for someone's reliability. You're legally agreeing to shoulder the debt if they fail to pay. If they default, the burden falls squarely on your shoulders. Collection agencies won't hesitate to pursue you, and your credit score can suffer serious damage. For older adults on fixed incomes, this can be catastrophic, draining resources that were carefully saved for your own security and peace of mind. A retired gentleman I spoke with shared a story of co-signing a car loan for his grandson. He believed it was a way to help the young man build credit and start his adult life on the right foot. But when his grandson lost his job and couldn't make payments, the debt became the grandfather's responsibility. The financial strain, combined with the emotional toll of strained family relationships, left him regretting his decision. Saying no to co-signing doesn't mean you don't care. It means you value your own financial stability and understand the potential consequences. Instead of putting your name on the line, consider other ways to help. Offer advice on budgeting, suggest alternative solutions like financial counseling, or provide a smaller, direct loan that won't put your credit at risk. These actions can empower your loved ones without jeopardizing your future. Your retirement years should be a time of peace, not stress. Protecting yourself from the potential fallout of co-signing is an act of self-respect and wisdom. You've worked hard to build your life. Don't let a well-intentioned favor put it in jeopardy. 7. Spending too much on unnecessary real estate. The idea of owning a larger, more luxurious property in retirement can be tempting, It's often seen as a symbol of success, a way to reward yourself for a lifetime of hard work. But for many older adults, investing heavily in unnecessary real estate can lead to more stress than satisfaction. I remember a couple who purchased a sprawling vacation home shortly after retiring. They dreamed of hosting family gatherings and enjoying peaceful weekends surrounded by nature. But as time went on, the reality of maintaining the property set in. The upkeep was expensive and exhausting, and their children, busy with their own lives, rarely visited. What was meant to be a sanctuary became a financial and emotional burden. In retirement, simplicity often brings the greatest joy. A large house with extra rooms might have been perfect for a growing family, but as life changes, so do our needs. Downsizing to a smaller, more manageable home can free up resources, reduce stress, and create a living environment that supports your lifestyle. Real estate decisions should be guided by practicality, not societal pressure or fleeting desires. Ask yourself, does this property truly enhance my life? Will it bring me closer to loved ones, or will it isolate me? Am I spending money on a home, or am I investing in memories and peace of mind? Vacation homes, in particular, can be a costly indulgence. Between maintenance, insurance, and the unpredictability of rental markets, they often consume more time and money than they're worth. If you long for a getaway, consider renting instead. It offers the same experience without the long-term responsibilities. At this stage in life, it's not about how much you own. It's about how well you live. A home should be a place of comfort and connection, not a source of stress. By making thoughtful, intentional choices, you can ensure that your living space reflects your values and supports the fulfilling retirement you deserve. Final thoughts. Protect your peace. At this stage in life, your well-being, happiness, and peace of mind are priceless. Every dollar you've saved represents years of hard work and sacrifice. Treat it with care. By avoiding these forbidden zones, you'll ensure that your resources are used in ways that truly enhance your golden years. Remember, it's not about being stingy, it's about being wise. Spend on experiences that fill your heart, investments that secure your future, and people who bring joy to your life. Let go of guilt or pressure to meet others' expectations. Your happiness and financial security are worth it. As you read this, take a moment to reflect. Are there any forbidden zones where you might be overspending or tempted to spend? If so, it's never too late to course correct. Your best years are ahead of you. Live them with intention, wisdom, and love. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching. And here's to living life on your own terms.